Robert. So I thank you for giving me an opportunity to share my knowledge. Thank you. Shall I start my session, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll aid you as a co-host, sir. You can start chat.
Okay. Is it my screen is visible, ma'am? Is it my screen
Yes,
is
sir.
visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
So good afternoon to all for the second session of the skill building workshop on Internet of Things and Embedded System on August 12th, 2021. So in today's session, we are going to start about how the session I've been started with related to an IoT as an initial step, how I can able to identify the frameworks because framework is very important related to when you go for an architectural designs and as well as the sensor connectivities. So the framework is one of the crucial part of an IoT. So today's session, we will talk about in what way the framework is been designed with some kind of basic hands-on sessions. I'm going to take it out. So let I start my presentation. Before that, I introduce myself that I am Dr. Jyotish Kumar from Associate Professor and Head of Aruna Engineering College, Tiruvannamalai. So let I start my session actually. So in today's session, we will see about different claims and different dimensions in what way the IoT has been started and some basics related to IoT. And go one by one, we will go to the microbit that what the microcontroller on today's session. I'm going to give an some kinds of hands-on session for you that you can also have an experience and you can do it by your own actually. And followed by we can go for the final presentation, like I'm going to connect one web server for you and how the web server can able to make it by using an module ESP8266. So that will be connected with microbit and how the web server can able to act it with the name of IoT. So all these things we are going to second on today's session. So before that, I will start the session with the basic things. So what is IoT actually? So it refers to a system of an interrelated, or what we call it as it's an interconnected objects that were able to collect and transfer the data over the wireless networks or without the human interventions. So this is basically the definition says actually. But what my experience related to IoT, in the sense when you started to do any kind of an IoT devices or any kind of things, the basic thing is you want to know some kind of specific terms related to an IoT, like sensors, what kind of sensors we are having, what is the input that the sensor can have, and how the output data are transferred, and in what way we are having a connectivity through the Wi-Fi or to the cloud. So this basic things is very crucially needed related to IN. Even if there is any one small issues available in any one of the circuit, so it will completely disturb over the system. So identify the sensor or identify which is the right one to carry out because there are different kinds of sensors to be used for different aspects and different applications. So we want to identify which is the right sensors to be available for the right applications to be given over and as well as the data to be transformation. So all these things to be related to it. But when you talk about IoT, as now it's not only related to an IoT. There are some peoples or some technology aspects is also going to be joined if you want to take some smart decisions. Actually, that what we known as an AI. Actually, so IoT will be act as a body that gives an AI brains the ability to act. Actually, so IoT also provides a data that what the AI needs in order to make a smart decision. So IoT is on one aspect, and when you want to make some smart decision, then we want to add it with an AI. Actually, because generally what we will call it as an IoT sensors collects various data in various formats from various sources actually. So when you are collecting this data from various formats and from various sources, we want to structure this data So the structuring of data, and as well as we want to convert the data that what the human brain can understand with the name of AI actually. So there are billions of IoTs or devices is being connected. As of now, I given some of the information at the bottom of the presentation that 27.1 billion network devices in 2021. So this may be very depends upon the different sources which is given by the system. So when you talk about when billions of IoT devices are generated, it may be related to different applications, like it may be an health related sensor data where we have in combination with AI and serve the following function like tracking, or we can go for analyzing, we can go for monitoring, or we can go for optimizing. So all this thing to be taken when you go for an health related aspects that the IoT device to be connected. So recently I have one experience to talk with an professor, Dr. Anand Kakade from Maharashtra, who has identified and filed the patent for the topic or for the product known as an IoT based saline monitoring system. So as basically we know that we are in the pandemic situation, especially in COVID-19, we are most of the publics are being hospitalized based on their immune system. So this IoT based saline monitoring system is one of the product which has been developed. When I see that particular product is really, I admire with the particular product where the real IoT device is being stands over there actually. So what is the objective of an IoT saline monitoring system? So when you're going for taking a saline with the name of a different bottles, it may be an 500 ml or it may be a 200 ml or it may be an 100 ml. But one thing to be made it when the bottles levels are being changed and we have a flow rate of that, whether the droplets to be made it from the saline to the human body should be taken, whether it is a frequently flow rate or whether it is a droplet which is made by every second there is an one droplet should be taken to the body, and once the droplet is going to be completed at the end, the nurse will come and stop over the droplet actually, that the passing of the droplets to saline droplets to the body. And so this complete system is being made is make it with the name of an IoT. So what they designed in the sense, they designed a common embedded system. They designed a common data that how when the saline is being connecting to the human body, they are taking about what is the flow rate, what is the capacity of the saline bottle is having, whether it is a 500 ml or a 200 ml, and how much of time it take for the if it is flow within 1 minute or 1 second for one flow, that is one drop. So if it is to be continue, then that particular moment of time, how much of time it will take and that the complete saline is going to be taken to the human body, and followed by when it has come to some threshold level, that is what we call as a stop level, or it may be at the middle level. So when it is to be made it, then what the nurse will do it in the sense, nurse will manually come over and stop the flow of and data, because it will able to, that is very important that to stop that particular one, because it will give it a reverse blood circulations. So this is one of the tasks which has been taken over it. So the mechanism which is developed with the name of an IoT based saline monitoring system, which has been taken about giving this information to the dashboard with the name of some Wi-Fi connectivity, and take it to the cloud, and the doctor has been monitoring about hundreds of patients, how much of patients is being taken to the saline, and what is the present situation. And second thing is, you don't want to go by manually to go and stop the saline which has been taken to the human. You can use some of the mechanism which is called as a pinching mechanism. So when I have an experience with an IoT, I will tell you that IoT is not only related to any one particular stream or something like that. So when you take this IoT based saline monitoring system, so that has been available with having a connectivity with an electrical and electronics, as well as an communication, as well as the computer science to develop the application. When you want to connect it to the cloud, not only stop over here, it is also connected with mechanism of mechanical action. So why it has been started like that, in the sense, because when once the flow rate is being completed, that is the then automatically I want to stop the flow of saline to the human body. So the mechanical system has been designed over there to making known as a system known as a pinching mechanism, that is going to crush, or it's going to stop the flow of an saline to the body of a human action. So this is one of the best example I can give you, that presently in India, that in COVID-19 situation, this product is being developed, and it has been deployed in in a small hospitals, and it has been in the survey to know in what much it can have a reliability and other things and all. And another one experience I can have with an IoT, when I started over to see IoT, like whatever the devices that you are going to take it today, like an microbit or an Arduino or on Raspberry Pi. So these are all the different kinds of microcontrollers which can able to use it for you to do a project level works, uh, uh, which maybe use it for the student level or for the information that we can gather. But when you come to as a product, that is very important, because when you are developing a product using an IoT, that product should be having a reliability. The product should not, at any situation, the product should not be short circuited. So in that situation, when I read some article, they insist that you can go for pick microcontroller instead of going for Arduino and some other microcontroller, as based on the reliability and security aspects, as well as the interoperability. So this is the one experience I can share you. And another one recent application that we are working is the name of IoT based water monitoring system. I think this particular product is being taken by most of the institutions now. Actually, in what way that the water monitoring system can able to make the usage of water in the college premises. In what way we can able to rectify the wastage of water that is being taken to the college. So this is another application which is being carried out with the name of an IoT based water monitoring system. So the hot topic which I can able to hear in the recent topic, this is a two applications. Out of that, the COVID situation, the pandemic situation, what we are facing now, that IoT based saline monitoring system, that you can also try it over it, but you want to have an interdisciplinary activity should be taken when you want to take this activity. So for example, when you take some patient monitoring, as I know that it show only the 30% of the patients return to an hospital after surgery because of the lack of monitoring. So the monitoring is one of the aspects that in the combination of IoT, what I told, the tracking, analyzing, monitoring, and optimization or optimizing. So the lack of monitoring is 30% to be made. So today, remote patients, or we call it as today, the remote patients monitoring can be possible with an AI-powered IoT devices, like whatever I just told, like an IoT saline monitoring system. So the IoT sensor can monitor the patient condition the whole the day long, and the doctors will be able to update about the patient conditions all the time. So not only however it is going to be started, when you take about recently what are the different kinds of IoT solutions that we able to taken in India. So that is a crucial one. So at initially we will stop it about industrial based IoT. What is the industrial applications like an automations or an industrial 4.0 that we are presently migrating to 5.0. So all these things to be coming under the name of industrial IoT, and followed by smart cities, that we know that every day we have been moving to the smart cities, and medical IoTs, as I given some example now, and fleet management systems, especially related to the consumption of the fuel or monitoring the drivers activities, everything should be commit over here. So these are all the different kinds of things, different kinds of activities presently going with the name of an IoT action. And this is the general information in what way we have traveled from the basic level to the next level, that mission to mission conversion with the name of an internet, that we have been connected actually. That is being taken to an smart, and as well as that industrial 4.0, and we are moving towards a 5.0 now. And these are all the recent trends that I can able to come to know over in India. These are all the different hot topics that the IoT trends has been booming upon this particular topics. So one is your smart, it is that is smart cities is everyone's choice of today, that smart cities will continue to expand its reach with high tech technologies that will leverage the data of IoT devices. And as well as smart factories, the IoT can boost productivity by enabling the automations and real-time data analytics. And when you go for healthcare, that recently we can go for different kinds of service provided for remotely monitoring the patients, and as well as you can able to mitigate the risk of disease, and as well as followed by the AI, that we know that making the smart decisions, and as well as the edge computing. So edge computing is a new one that I want to tell about, something related to edge computing. That edge computing will we store the data on the local device near to the IoT device before sending to the cloud, that can be used for sorting or calculating the data. So for example, when you take about the example what I given about the IoT based saline monitoring system. So before the data is going to be taken to the cloud, or before the data is going to be taken to the level of access point. So we want to consolidate this particular data. If that decision making, so everything will be taken in the edge computing, so that it will be easy for you to take over the data. And smart retails that we have connected with an RFIDs and as well as some tags. And I have some experience with that RFID. When I want to talk about RFID, we just use this RFID as a representation of an smart how in our Tiruvannamala district, that every year we have an Deepam festival. So in that particular festival, we want to identify the children, those who are lost over in the festival when they come around the Girivalam. So we try to use the RFID, but after that we identify the practical implementation of an RFID is not being comfort. Then we change to some technology level aspects that we are working out now. And as well as it may be an fitness, as well as the telecommunications, that where we are migrating or roll out to the 5Gs to redefining our lives with unconnected zones actually. So this is another one information I want to give it related to IoT in India, which related to the communication, because the IoT is not related only to be related to the sensor. The communication is one of the main part. So without communication, there will not be any kind of transformation of information will be made with the name of an IoT. So recently, Airtel has been launches an area, launches an technology-based information like Airtel IoT as an 5G platform to be connected over there with the connecting that is launched on April 7th, 2021. And when this is being launched over it, the Airtel has given three kinds of challenges in India. In what way the India will face it when the IoT is going to be taken as one of the boom up or one of the transformation to be make it in the name of digital. So that has been taken in three ways. One is it may be a connectivity, because we want to take it to the existing connectivity like in 4G, and we are migrating to 5G. And the second one is to be crucially known as in security aspects, that is very important actually. And the third one is an interoperability. So interoperability is a crucial one, especially to an this will be a challenging one, and this will be most of the designers and most of the architects will be take it about the interoperability, in what way the migration that you can able to start it from, like what way we will travel from 1G to 2G 3G and followed by 4G we are traveling, and what way the communications can able to made it with the latest technology as well as the backward technologies. So all these things to be taken in the name of an interoperability. And Airtel is also having a partner with Google Cloud and as well as in Cisco to launch an Airtel Office Internet to accelerate the digital transformation of small businesses actually. So this is where the companies are been focusing over. And I give some basic information how IoTs are yeah, deployed, or which are all the sectors. Like we are given different kinds of sectors here, where these different kinds of sectors will be taken over the informations to be in what way the IoT is really available in India, or it has been really deployed over it. Maybe it may be deployed with the small level of applications level, or it is really connected to the network. So all these things to be taken into mind. I taken some of the information in the net that IoT is becoming as an hotspot in India. Actually, the first information I want to give it is the northern Indian city of Kohima, that is, and data collected from sensors and other Internet of Things and device is being used to manage the street lighting with ensure the public safety. So in our demo sessions also we have one experiment like how we can able to make the light level synchronization based upon the readings to be taken, whether the energy is being really used or in what way the energy we are going to transform, or whether the energy is being properly utilized based upon the lighting on and off. So all these things related to this particular. And second thing is the capacity of New Delhi and Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh. The Vande Bharat Express is one of the train that is India's first semi-high speed train, use a collision avoidance system comprising of sensors and other IoT devices to prevent accidents that due to human errors or on equipment failure. So this is a second level that the implementation of IoT is being available in India. And the third one is an agriculture level. So we are also having an agriculture level that the Tea Tandem is a company and supplier of wellness and premium teas in India is using an IoT technology to monitor the moisture content and maintain the ingredient proposition of some of its products. So this is really interesting actually. So this company has been taking different kinds of moisture. So when you want to take the moisture content, then definitely we need a sensor, moisture sensor, to be taken over the level. What is the level of moisture, level of the content for the, especially for the product to be available. So this is a general framework that I can able to have my experience with, that how the IoT frameworks has been designed, or how the IoT frameworks are architecture actually. So this is a general one. Maybe the framework will be the common, but the architectural design and the flow of data will be depends upon some different identical devices will be added. So there will be a sensor, and that will be connected to a microcontroller, and that will be taken to an Wi-Fi connectivity. From Wi-Fi connectivity, it will take it to the cloud. So from the cloud, we have an user application. So this will be in the bidirectional, that the interaction will be made between the user application. So this is the general framework I can able to give it. But before going for the topic, that I will clear with the framework, because when you know the starting of the framework clearly, then whatever the architecture design or whatever the new invention of the technology that is going to be adapted in the IoT, you can able to clearly framework and make it out, because this is a basic platform that I want to give it with the name of an IoT framework. So I will give you one demonstration related to the framework, that how the sensor available connected to the microcontroller and connected to an Wi-Fi, then we pass it to the cloud, and as well as to the user application. Is it my screen is visible?
Yes, sir, but it is structured in PPT, sir.
Okay. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. So I'm going to take one basic information for you, that how the IoT frameworks has been designed, or that what we called as a sensor to be connected to the microcontrollers, that is taken to the Wi-Fi connectivity access points. We can also call it as an access points, and that will be taken to the cloud applications when you are remotely available to the user applications. So I'm going to give one basic that framework, that what is the framework that you have been seen over there. So I'm going to give some basic information related to that. So there will be one website known as thingsquare.com. So this will give you in what way the platform is being developed. So just a minute. Yeah. So before going to that demonstration, I will tell you what is the demonstration is going to comprise of. So I'm going to take one location actually. So in that location, I want to identify what will be the room temperature. That room temperature will be varied, depends upon the area that where the persons are being seated, maybe near to the cooling area, or even near to the window. So there will be a different levels of temperatures will be analyzed. That temperature levels will be cumulatively given to the access point, and this access point will be take a smart decision based on IoT and machine learning and transform to the cloud, and thereby the user application can able to identify what is the overall average temperature is being maintained in the particular room, and whether it is being too hot or whether it is too normal or too it is cold actually. So why I taken this demo in the sense, again I'm taking the top known as an IoT framework. So what the frameworks I given over there, I given sensor to be connected to any controller, and followed by it is given to an Wi-Fi. From Wi-Fi, it is being taken to the cloud, and cloud will be taken to the user applications. So now I'm going to take that particular in the area. So when you take it this particular demo, they are allowing to take only the demo on temperature sensing actually, so that I can go for temperature sensing over here. So this will give you all the things. Location is available. One application is available. You can see demo application, that what we call as an user application. And presently we are going for setting up the application with the different kinds of temperature sensor, and in the different places. So it will be placed over there. So once it is placed in the different places, all this data is to be collected. And after all this data is being collected, and it will take it to the access point. From the access point, it will transform to the cloud. From the cloud, it will go to the user application, that what you are seeing in the demo app view actually. So this framework is not only to be designed only for the demo purpose. Actually, when you really go for an application level design, or when you go for develop a product, actually, you want to think it in the both aspects, as an user application level as well as in the device level. You want to think it that particular one. So this particular representation has been designed over the demo application view. Now the device is ready to take over the session. That you can see over that one access point is being available, like in our framework we called as an Wi-Fi or any other connecting Bluetooth, or depends upon the network structure, it will be changed. And other than that, we also want to concentrate in what way this networks is going to be connected actually. So as we know that we have different kinds of networks available to be needed, like it may be a star structured network, or it may be a mesh structured network. So these are all the different kinds of internal network structure that we want to learn it when you are going for real-time implementation. So I'm just going for install all this actually. So once I install, then you can see at the right hand side the location that how the access points are being deployed, and followed by the temperature sensor is being remotely placed over, that is placed over in all the room, in all the places in the rooms actually. And this particular sensors values will be accumulated in the access point to know about what is the temperature. So now you can see that all is being done over here. Now we are getting some kind of what is the average room temperature. So this is for the demo I given over it. So when it is too hot, then automatically what happened, then there will be rising in the temperature. So this information will also given to the user application that the temperature is being high over there. And if it is cold, then I given one small message to user application that I need a coffee to stay warm actually. So this is a one basic example I can give it for you, that how the IoT frameworks has been designed. And you can also see about the device view, that in what way the device are being placed. So when you come over to the device map, so you can also see the physically like in Google Map, in what way the devices are being placed, actually in what distance the devices have been placed, how the data are connected. And you can also go for lighting actually. So the lighting is another one that depends upon the availability of the light sensing level, depends upon the external the lighting level. You can able to control your lighting system. That is also in forthcoming sessions we will see about that particular demo. So this is a one basic thing I can able to give it for you. So another one demo I will give it on packet tracer. Is it my screen is sharing, ma'am?
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Yeah. So this is another one example I can give it for the name of an IoT framework. You can also use an Cisco packet tracer and the latest version 8.0, where which has been integrated with all the IoT devices. So before you are, this is like an architectural design. So it's not related with the programming actually, but you can go for the designing way, and as well as you can able to, because this is also one of the crucial one, because without network then informations will not be transferred actually. So we also want to structure this particular one. So you can see at the right hand side, I just blocked it an yellow area which will be connected with an camera, webcam, and there is be a window to monitor, and as well as a door, and there is a siren is given over it. And I've been connected with a fan, lights. So this all to be controlled by an gateway, that what we call as a wireless router. And this is also connected with an cloud, and it will go to different servers, and it will be connected to the mobile communication to different smartphones. So this is the basic the architecture has been designed in what way the IoT framework. So here also when you take over that, we need a sensors to be connected to the microcontroller. So here the microcontrollers are inbuilt over each and every devices to be taken over. So when you take about the laptop, uh, we can able to monitor about different aspects, like you can go for IoT monitor, where you can able to see what are the different connecting informations we have given over that, that may be siren, or that may be a fan, or any other devices that wirelessly connected, every information will be gathered over here. And using this, we can also control this. So you can see that how many devices are being connected over here. Okay, so yeah, so you can see that the devices which is being connected with an IoT, that it may be a door or a siren or a window, webcam, ceiling fan, and light. So
Sir,
all these
Jyotish,
things.
sir?
Yes, yes.
Sorry for interrupting you, sir. Screen is not visible, sir. It shows a blank screen.
Yeah, yeah. Is it visible now?
Yes, now visible, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So now you can able to see about when I click the IoT, I can able to see that the servers which has been connected, different kinds of devices that to be controlled by wireless actually.
Sir,
That is
Jyotish, sir.
yes,
Sorry,
yes.
sir. When you're keeping mouse on that window, some blank screen is opening, sir. Don't know why.
It's okay
Now
now?
it's visible. Yes, now it's okay, sir.
Okay,
So when
okay.
you're scrolling the mouse over the page, it shows some blank screen.
Is it visible now? That
Now
layout,
it's clear.
yeah.
Now it's half of the page is blocked by some blank screen.
Is it okay now?
No, sir. Still.
Okay, not an issue. So
yes, now it's clear, sir. Now it's clear.
Yeah. Okay. So when you take it about this laptop, actually, you can have IoT monitor, where when you go for an IoT monitor, the controller, that will show you which are all the devices that have been wirelessly and wiredly connected over for you. And thereby you can able to control this all the devices, and you can also write a little bit of code over it, like a conditional statements, whether when the webcam should be on, because when there is any other motion detection is available. So you can also have the motion detection controller is also available in the Cisco packet tracer. You can also connect these two devices to be in wireless. So I put a condition that whenever there is a motion is available, I just want my webcam to be power on. So that conditional statements you can able to design over it. So this particular platform will give you about the topic what I just told about the IoT framework. What is the framework and how the frameworks are structured, and what are the different kinds of basic tools that you can able to identify to go for design actually. So I will migrate to my presentation. Yeah. So this is what I just told about the IoT framework. Now you can have some basic information that what is framework, and how the sensor are being connected, and how the transformation within the access point is being made. And another second example which I given using the Cisco packet tracer, which you given about the design part actually, that you can have the good knowledge in the design part, because once you are connecting over it, that connection part is also very important, other than you are taking over the sensors actually. So the next topic that what actually we want to take it out is the microbit actually. So when you take about the microbit, let me have some basic things about a microcontroller, which what we will call it as an integrated circuits that contain an electronics computing unit, or it containing a logical units, containing a memory, or an any IoT ports. So generally, I would call you as a common term known as microcontrollers or omnipresent section or ubiquitous. So if a device or an application involves a measuring and storing or calculating or controlling or displaying any information, then there's a microcontroller stands over there. So when you take about the microbit actually, I just want to give some basic information about the microbit. That microbit refers to an BBC, which what we call as a British Broadcasting Corporation. It's a set of team members has been identified. It's an open source and hardware developed with the name of an ARM-based embedded system designed in the 12th March on 2015. So that is the origin where the microcontroller is being made it. And some people will also give some short term, like a microbit is also a single board microcontroller. So what is the meaning of that single board microcontroller? See, the microcontroller, it's been all integrated with I/O ports or program memory or data memory, and we have different kinds of sensors also integrated. See, before when the starting of an embedded system or an IoT be started, we have different sensors to be available. That we want to have a microcontroller with only the basic things like an input and output, like what we call as a GPU or a general purpose input and output, and we have a processor. That additional sensors and all we want to add it one by one actually. So here the microbit is providing the single board microcontroller where if you are taking the right hand side, you can see about the diagrammatical representation or the visual representation of the microbit. You can see about the left hand side bottom, you can see the pins available with the golden color, and you can see the USB. So before and all, when I've been working with Arduino with the serial ports and all, we want to have one serial port to be connected, and that is not comfort over to the system actually. And when you want to connect it, we need some additional battery backups to be made. So now this is a very simple microbit to be connected with, and your mobile charger. Like a simple USB is being made it, that has been enough for that. You can see the button, and as well as an accelerometer that will make a force on the different dimension, that when you're taking like an application that I want to identify how many steps that I've been running over it when I've been walking actually. So that accelerometer has been used to connect, identify the motions, and as well as the pins available over here. Like you can able to connect the Wi-Fi models, that you can see there is a pulses available at the top left hand side. This will represent about the radio transmission, that what we call as in Bluetooth, that is being connected over here, and this will be a processor that is being connected. We have a reset pins, then that whenever we need it, when different application to be made it, we can go for reset, or if we want to come from the initial setup, we can carry it out. So when you take about the microbit, generally it's containing about this are all the different specifications that I want to clearly given over related to the controller, that it is a 32-bit ARM Cortex M0 running at 16 megahertz per clock speeds, and about 256 KB of flash memory and 16 KB of RAM, and 2.4 gigahertz of Bluetooth of low energy radios, that we will have some demo on that. So these are all the basic information related to that. And what I just told about that, it's an open source hardware ARM based embedded system, and device is been unveiled on 6th July, and it has been taken to 2015. And that you can see at the right hand side, the both front end and the back end. So when you take it to the front end, that's what we are working over it. When you take it as a front end, you can see about the left hand side, there will be a button called as an A button, and the right hand side, there will be a B button. So these buttons are being used to go for any kind of an activities, like when button A is being pressed, what activity should take it, and you can see LEDs. So that I want to have another experience, that when you started with Arduino and all, initially Arduino is being designed in the serial port actually. When you want to know about the very simple program that Buildg called as an LED blinking, so that particular moment of time, we want to connect a separate breadboard, and we want to connect the LED with a resistor because of the power reverse. That particular moment of time, to make that single LED, we want to write a program, everything. So, but here the microbit is giving the series of LEDs available at the middle of the area, which are called as in 25 LEDs are available, and this 25 LEDs will be taken in the matrix form, something like 5 into 5. That first series will be 0, second will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And when you are taking this LED series, this LED series will have different kinds of points. For example, when I talk about, I want to go to the position of 2,2. So where is the position of 2,2 in this particular LED? In the series of LED. So this I told, this is 0, 1, and 2. So this will be called as in 2,0. This will be called as in 2,1, and this will be called as a 2,2. That is the center point. So when I want to move to the center point, I want to give it to 2,0. When I want to go to the down to the first LED, that is 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 0, 4 is the one. If I want to make this LED to blink over it, that we will do this experiment that you can understand. And at the bottom, you can able to see about 3 GPIO pins are available. But for the vision, it has been available 3 GPIO, but there are totally 25 pins are available there, where you can able to connect it using crocodile clips actually. Because that clips are convenient to connect over here instead of going for soldering, because soldering will take some time and it's a one. But normal people can able to use a crocodile clips that you can connect it to the GPI. And as well as for the power thing, we have two things, that the 3-volt power is being given as well as a ground actually. So this is the another basic informations related in what way the informations related to the microbit, the informations like processor and as well as the USB ports. Then you can see the accelerometer and as well as the compass. So compass is another one additional things available to know about which particular direction you can take it, like north, northeast, south, southeast. So that particular information, like placing your microbit in which particular direction, it will show you the direction. So that the compass is also be made, and as well as the magnets, magnetometer with the name. So magnetometer is generally used when you're going for application like door locking system. You can place a magnet in the door, and nearby you can place a microbit. So there will be a every moment there will be a contact will be made between the magnet as well as the microbit. When the door is being opened, then there is a value is going to differ over it. When the value is be differ, then you can put an alarm by using a Wi-Fi. That information will be passed to the cloud and it will go to the user application. So likewise, you can also use that particular magnets, magnetometer informations, or normally we having this application. When you are parking the car, we go for lock that particular car. Then we may, if any unknown person has been pressing any of the places, or suppose he's been opening the door, when you make that, when your hands on the particular area, then there will be beep sound will be made. That is when you press over on the lock area. So even that particular function is also available in microbit when you are giving a pressure. When you are giving a pressure to particular area, for example, let me consider you are giving a pressure to pin 0, that is available at the bottom. When you are giving that pressure over there, so that particular moment of time, there will be an alarm will be made. That alarm is also again taken to the Wi-Fi and pass it to the system. So there are different kinds of inbuilt applications available, but we want to think it in that manner, in what way the applications can able to deploy it, on what way the applications can able to take it to the real-time environment. So this is the steps that we can able to pass it to the microbit. So what is the first level of work? In the sense, you want to connect the microbit to your computer by using your micro USB cable. And once you've been connected, it will be show you on the computer drive. That when I've been taking a hands-on session, I will show you that that will show you the computer as a drive called microbit. So within that microbit, there is a two files will be available. One is your text file, another one is an HTML file available. When you open the text file, you can see a number known as 249. So that is the number of a version has been available. Check it out when you are buying the microbit. See it out. Two things you can see it out. One is you can see it out the version at the bottom of the GPIO pin, whether it is version 1.2 or 1.3 or 1.5 or something like that. That is one thing. Or simply on seeing the microbit itself, we want to see, in the sense, you can see one gold logo will be available at the middle of the microbit that show you that that is an updated version. That is a second level. And third one is, by internally when you want to check it out, you can go and check it with the text editor, or the text what you are having over there. That particular file will having a 249. That 249 will give you the information related to that it is an upgraded version actually. So this is where we have been connecting over the microbits. And so once you connected over it, I will tell you there is a 3-way of approach that you can go for the microbit. One is you can use it by using the blocks, or you can use it by using the script language that what we call as in JavaScript, or you can able to use it in the name of a Python. So in what way you are specialized, you can able to go for it. But as a startup, you can go for blocks, because blocks will be convenient for you to identify in what way the linking is being made between one block to another block. very simply you can start up. For example, when you go for JavaScript, we will call all it is in the name of DOM, which what we call as a document object model. At the name of, when you going for Python, we will take it in the form of modules or functions. So whatever we call it here as a blocks, as what you are seeing in the presentation now, that all the blocks are being taken. When you go to the programming side, it will be called as a document object model, that is in JavaScript language, that we will call it as a document object model, like a window.alert, something like that we will give it while we working with JavaScript. The same way we will work it with the block name to be given as a document object model, something like basic dot. So we will, whatever the blocks that you are seeing over here, that blocks are being taken in three aspects as per my observation. That is, one is you can able to take it in JavaScript, it will take it as a document object model. And once if you are moving to Python, it will take it as a module or a function by using a defined function, the predefined functions available. So these are all the three aspects that you can able to do it. Once you've done it, and you can able to see the option known as a download option. So once you click the download option, the file will be in the format of an hexadecimal. So when you are doing any simple program, like for example, I'm just doing my first program. So the program name .hex, that what we call as an hexadecimal format. So that if internally I want to talk it something like, it will be in the form of nymbles. I think everyone know about nymbles, that the 4 bits to be called as a nymbles actually. So that instructions is going to be passed to the processor internally available in the microbit to make it out the information. So when you download it, it will be downloaded in the hexadecimal format. So if you open that particular file, that has been completely available with ones and zero with the hexadecimal format actually. So once you downloaded that particular file, and very simple thing is you can do it over where you can able to see over that once you download it, you can see that my first code.ex file that I've been downloaded. Simply very simple thing is you can right click and make it that particular copy and paste it. So because your microbit will be added here as an external drive, like if you are having a D drive or A drive based upon your drive allocations. So you can copy over it. So once you copy, in the sense that particular moment of time, you will get a blinking of an yellow LED, which is been inbuiltly available in the microbit, which shows you about there is an the files is been uploading over it. So until the blinking is being stopped, you want to wait, because that the uploading is being goes off. Once it been made it, then you can work it out with whatever the application that you see in the virtual, that you can able to make it in the physical way, you can work it out of this particular one. So that you can see out about at the back end, there is an yellow LED is been blinking over there, that that will be taken to the code is being programmed, or the code is been writing over to the system. And once that all the things has been finished, then you can work it with the front panel, that whatever the design that you done it over here. So in virtually, we are going to take it in two aspects. One is we are going to do virtually in the website known as makecode.microbit. So this is provided by the microbit itself. So this will provide you about how virtually you can able to work it with the microbit. And once you work it over virtually, then you can transform this informations to the original microbit, that whatever you are having with you actually. So I will go to the it's simply getting slow actually. Just a minute. Yeah. Yeah, fine. So is it my screen is visible now?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. So now this is the virtual mode that where we can work it with an mako.microbit actually. So you can see about the new projects that you can design the new projects or whatever the projects you design over there that will be available at the downs to that, and you can go for new projects. So you can give the name. For example, I'm just giving SRM is a name I've been given for this particular project. So once I given, you can see there is a module is being created, and it will open the window. That left hand side you can see the microbit, and the middle of the part you can see the blocks, and right hand side you can see the working area, and by down to them you can see the download button that you can able to convert it to the hexadecimal format, and whatever the hexadecimal format you converted, that you can transform to the mobile, that is the microbit. So when you take it out, this particular one, you can see these are all the general blocks to be available, like basics. So the basics will be available with if you want to have some any icons, or if you want to transform any kind of like a strings, or if you want to give a continuous execute informations that will be traveled. That particular moment you can go for forever. Forever is already available. That is, if every moment of time the continuous looping will be made by using a forever. An on start is represent about what is the startup that you want needed, and any information that you don't want to available, simply drag it and paste it over here, it will remove it. And you can see input. So input is related to what are the inputs that is available in your microbit. We have two pins, A and B, and we can also use an accelerometer. So accelerometer is available so that you can shake the microbit. So you can see there is an one particular option is known as an on shake, and you can also connect it with writing and GPO pins like pin 0, pin 1. So when pin 1 is being pressed, that is what I just called, when a pressure is being given on the particular area, then I want to give an alarm based on the car monitoring system that the alarm is being needed. So all these things to be needed. And at the bottom you can see about the sensors, what I just told about. You can able to control the temperature, or you can monitor the temperature, you can monitor the light level, and you can able to take the compensating by taking about your microbit in which particular location it will show you the direction. So all these things to be made in the input, followed by musics actually. So music is another one, because this when the microbit is being developed, actually this has been developed crucially for another one part, like in gaming. Other than that, for the musical instrument. So if you want to design any guitar, if you want to design a keyboard, you can use this microbit, and you can also connect it to an sensors, or you can connect it to an Wi-Fi model, and from your mobile you can play it, and that information will be transformed to the system. So there it will be available. And the basic thing like an LED, where you can able to plot the LED, like whatever the X and Y sets I just told about. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, all these things to be taken over here, that LEDs actually, and followed by radio. So that is very important. So radio is the one which able to make have a communication that when you are going for any kind of like I just told that whatever action is being taken in one phase, I want transform that action to an the user. For example, when I've been locked my door and I've been went outside of my home, that particular moment of time, if anyone has been pressing my door, there will be an alarm will be given. Not only there, that alarm will be passed to the Wi-Fi connectivity. From that, it will go to the cloud and come to the user application. So that particular moment of time, we have radio device that you can see at the right hand side top. But as per the virtual environment, we are connecting with a small network. So that radio, that range is being enough to connect over to do this particular action. So for that, they given set group, that radio set group actually. So this radio set group will have an unique numbers actually, because every connectivity will have some unique numbers. For example, when you want to connect it to an Wi-Fi also, that will ask you an SSID. That ID is very important actually. The same way, when you are connecting the microbit to the outside world, there we need an interface. That particular interface will be given by the name known as an radio set group actually, and followed by the basic thing that we know, that loops, how many times the loops that we want to run it out. And very basic thing is we have a variables, because as related to programs, when you want to create your own variables, and that should be take a value and again pass it to another variable or another functions. That particular moment of time we need a variable, and followed by the math function. So when you go to the math function, it will give you some basics information related to the math function. And very important thing is an advanced. So when you go for advanced, there are different functionalities is being given in the advanced levels, like controls. We have some controls actually. We will see what are the different kinds of controls. We have one particular program known as a device serial number that while I'm taking the session, I will show you. And the last one you can see about the extensions. So here, this extension is very important because microbit is available. I'm agree with the point, but when you are connecting with different kinds of tools or different kinds of parameters is being needed, all cannot be able to take it to the block. So there are multiple blocks available. That what then advanced blocks available. That advanced blocks not to be fitted over there. So once you give an extension, you can see about depends upon the application. For example, I want to run a servo motor, then you can join it over the servo motor, then automatically the related servo motor related to the application or the blocks whatever needed, that will be available there. So the advanced extension will be made, and there will be a shield. And another one thing I will give you as an informative, that even you make your microbit to be act as a web server. When you want to connect it to the web server, or you want to act it as a system to having an internet connectivity, then there should be an ethernet shield. So that ethernet shield to be connected to the microbit, so that you can able to instruct that microbit through the network, the ethernet shield, that what the cable we have been connected. So even that particular moment of time, you can need all this advanced level of informations to be taken actually. So that is what the extension is we needed. So extension is mainly needed about when you are going for connectivity for the different applications. And we have one application like a turtle application, the loops, that I will go for demo. On the demo purpose, we will see that particular one. So I will go for starting one, in what way we will design this actually. And I will take the two aspects, that what in block level we will design, the same thing I will take you in Python, in what way we want to write the code actually. So when you open the microbit, that on the name of makecode.microbit.org, so this is the informations available. And within that you can see about a very simple one, show icon. So you can see about the show icon able to fit it over here. Once it is fitted, you can see at the left hand side, you can see the output, that any changes is being made over here, then automatically that again it will go for restart, uh, and the informations will be passed over there. I am going to design one simple animated smiley related to this as a startup one. So what I need in this is delay. So delay is a very simple thing. When you go for Arduino, we will call it as a delay. When you come to microbit, we will call it as a pass actually. So when you go for pass, you can able to see about what is the level of microsecond that you want to make that particular information to be passed, then go to the next one. So you can see about the pass is one of the delay that you can able to add it. And we can able to take it in all the things in milliseconds, and you can able to take it 200 5 seconds. So up to the 5 seconds you can able to carry it out. And so I'm just taking 500 milliseconds for my example. Again, I'm just making a small smiley. So again, you don't want to come to the block. So whenever you want to drag and everything, sir, whether everything I want to drag it, not like that. When you take it, that smiley, I need another smiley. Just right click on the particular block. You can select duplicate, then you get a duplicate icon or a duplicate block like this. Then you can check it out which particular block you needed, or which particular name you can go for it, like a smiley. So I can go for a happy. So I'm just fitting over here. Again, now you can see at the, okay, fine. Okay, so which means that it been in on start. So when I want to have an animated file, this is not being fitted, because on start it make it on initial step what is going to be available. So I want to have another block known as an forever. So what this forever will do in the sense, it is a consecutive one, that it will be loop every moment of time until I have been pressing the reset button, it goes off actually. So you can see there is some delay I want to add it for the next icon, so that I can able to see the smiley, a small happy face, I can able to see it. So I'm just adding another one pass button. Okay, so once I had it, first an icon has been shown, then that 500 milliseconds is being made. Again, some icons are shown. Again, the pass is being needed, like I can able to take it. So again, 500 milliseconds. So now you can able to see a small animated smiley is been available. And now you can able to see at the download, which has been available at the bottom. So once you download it, you can able to take it to the microbit. So I will have my microbit actually. Is it my window has been visible for you? Is it my window is visible now?
No, sir.
No, I'm just asking my video actually.
Your video is on, sir. Video is on.
Yeah. You can able to see my face actually.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you can see that I've been connected with my mobile charger, a small microbit that you can able to see it over here. So at the microbit, you can see at the back end of the microbit, you can see an LED which is in the yellow color. That's what we see in the presentation. That this has been blinking when you are going for write up. Okay, and once you have been connected, once it has been uploaded, you can see some of the informations that you can see it over. I just take it some informations over here. So it's very simple that you can able to copy and you can able to run this particular program. Okay, so this is the one. And at the back end, you can see about the that reset button. So once I go for reset, it will again restart over the information that is being connected. So this is the basic level that you can work it for the microbit. Okay, so I think you can understand some basic level in what way we will able to connect at this microbit actually. Now I will share my screen actually. Is it my screen is sharing now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, fine. So I will work out with some other applications for you. For before going for that application, let I will do it in what way we can do it in the Python actually. So let I will remove all these things. Okay. At the right hand side, you can see other than block, we have JavaScript as well as Python. So which is familiar for you, you can work it for that. So once you click the Python, you can able to create an because what I just told about the 3-dimension way that you can work it out. That is when you are working with block, and again when you are moving to JavaScript, like and it will be like a document object model. When you are going to Python, each and every blocks will be taken as a function. So I'm just creating one function like a smiley. Okay, so this is the function I've been created, and I want to call the block because this is the block where I'm going to continuously executed this particular block with the name. Okay, so I'm just creating the name of the block. The name of the block is basic. That's what you can create it over there. Dot show. So dot show, and we have different kinds of show available. Within that, you can choose icon, show icon, and by default it will give you the icon names dot hot. That is a general way where you will running this particular program, and followed by by again we want to pass it for delay. That what I just told, we want to give some delay for that. So again I'm calling the block known as in basic dot. I'm going to pass it. So just simply press pass. Let's see. Yes, the pass is comes over it. So I'm just taking to 500 milliseconds. Again, I'm taking to basic. I want to show the small heart instead of showing the heart. So I'm just going for show underscore icon. Okay, so I want to take it this particular one. And you can see show icon, and within that you can have different kinds of icon available, like a small or diamond, everything, so that you can add it. And again I want to pass it for another 500 milliseconds. So again I'm just making the block name is basic dot pass of 500. Fine. So now it has been completed. So I can able to come out of the block. So once it been come out of the block, one thing to be made it that we have two main blocks available. One is on start as well as in forever. So we want to write it for on forever, then only then you can see an animated smiley is been available. So that is also available in the basic block. So again I'm calling the basic dot, the block name is forever, and within that forever I can able to call the name of the method. What is the name of the method that I've been having? So that method I can able to call it. So basic dot forever. The name of the module that I want to call it is smiley. So that I will call you. Yes, fine. So this is a simple level of code that you can write it in Python. Now you can go and see in the block whatever we written in the Python. That will be in what way I can able to see when you are writing the block code. The system will automatically write the Python code as well as the JavaScript code when you are writing the block. The same way when you are writing the Python code, the system will write the block. So when you see the block, you can see whatever the previously we designed that is being developed over here. Okay, and at the same time you can see at the top you can also go for JavaScript. So because once I created the block, by default it will create the code whatever needed for the Python. At the same time you can also click JavaScript actually. So JavaScript, what I just told about the object document dot window dot alert, something you know about JavaScript. So that object, it will be taken in the document object model, each and every one. So here the document object model, here basics will be taken like that. Dot the functionality name or the module name that we can give it over it. So this is way we can start over the module, that you can now have a basic level of experience that in what way you want to take it the block script as well as the Python actually. So the next thing is we can able to take some kind of button related information that I will take it over here. So I can go for input. I'm just making one simple button. Okay, and with this simple button I want to show you to pick a random number like a dice. In what way we can able to take a dice? When I press the button, I want to have some random numbers, I want to take it out. So I just want to show the number whatever is available. That is, whenever I'm pressing the A button, there is some values is going to be placed over there. So I just take show number. Okay, let it be available as it were, and I want to pick a random. So this random, the term random identify that this is one of the people which has been available in mathematics. So I will go for max block and search it. Any other name is available on as a random, and you can see at the bottom which is called as a pick random 0 to 10. So you can able to take this particular one, and now we want to think in what way the connectivity made it. So if I write a program, what I will do it, if I write a program, I will write a function like I write a common function that define button pressed or A press, something like that. Within that I will call the name known as a show number, and that show number will take a value of a random integer. And because that particular moment of time we will not write it as a pick number, because when you are writing as a programming language in JavaScript, there will be a method known as a randint. So that will take you the randomly integer value and pass it to the system. Okay, so when you take it that particular one, so first of all I will take it to the show number. The show number is initially 0, So the two way we can able to make it. One is we can able to make the show number 0 over there whenever I pressing the button. So now I'm pressing the button A. You can see that whenever I'm pressing the button A, it will show you 0. Okay, so that is what happened over here. But how can I able to link this particular one to this particular one? So let me understand one simple code. When you are writing parameterized value, especially in the programming language, we will write it like this. For example, I'm just calling the value or calling the parameters, followed by I'm just passing the variable inside that. So the same way here, show number is available with the value of 0, and we have another one block available. So we want to link this block. The link is called as an passing of parameter values or passing of values when you are talking in the programming aspects. So I want to link it. So once I link it, now it is ready over it, that whenever I'm pressing the A button, then it will be able to show the random integer, some 0 to 10. You can increase over it. Okay, so now you can see that whenever I'm pressing the A button, it will give you a random dice. That value will be ever it will be made it. Okay, so in this way you can able to take it out the random values. Okay, so this is another one example that in what way the buttons are pressed, so that you can able to make it. Additional with this, I will also give you one basic example related to music. So I want to create music that, or I want to create an jukebox, that what we called as, and I want to hear my songs by making my headphones, something like that. So that particular moment of time, I'm just placing one A button, that whenever I'm pressing a button A, I want to have some music. So just go to music block, and you can see over here different kinds of music blocks are available and different tones available. And I'm just taking the tone known as an, whether I can take this or I can go for any melody, or yeah, I can go for melody. I can take it out that particular one melody. So I can take it this melody. So once I connected, you can see there will be an there will be an the headphone connection that made it like a pin will be available at the bottom, that will be connected to the, because we want to give the power, we want to connect it to pin 0 as well as to the ground level. The pin will be connected over here. So whenever I've been pressing over the A button, so you can hear my music, I think so. So this way we can able to create a music players or music kind of activities inside this microbit. I can able to take a copy, because I want to create it not only for button A. I want to make it when button B is being pressed, what kind of action is being needed. And I can also add some kind of buttons, like I can also add two buttons. That is when I press the button A and B. So you can have, don't think there is a two buttons available, that you can add some virtual buttons also, you can add it. Again, I'm going for duplicate, and you can go for A plus B. So once it is A plus B is available, then you can see that at left hand side there is an additional button is being created with the name of A plus B. So now I press B. So you can change, depends upon your mood, you can change over the values. So when I press A plus B, so now I will tell you how to do this particular program in the real time action. See, you can take this program, download the program, and you will download it with hexadecimal value. Just right click, copy and paste it to the microbit folder. Once you paste it, I think everyone having the headphone. So you can see the pin headphone over there, that the top pin will be connected to 0 by using a crocodile clip, and the down pin to be connected to the ground. So once you've been connected, make your headphone on your ear, and you can play, you can press the button of A, B and A plus B, then you can hear the song. So this is a general way where you can able to see over this particular program. Okay, I think you can understand this basic level. The next level, the question is, what is the first program that is being uploaded to the microbit? So everyone will think that I'm going to newly buy a program, newly buy a microbit, then whatever the program I'm going to upload it, that will be the first program. But as a faculty, we know that that is definitely not, because when manufacturing is being made it itself, there are some programs are being written. What is that program? In the sense, the name of the program is called as a unique program, or the name of the program is called as a unique serial number. So every microbit definitely want to have a unique serial number. Because why we need a serial number, especially for the microbit? Because when you are connecting to the network, like whatever I just told, like connectivity to the outside world, there will be some unique number is being needed. So when the manufacturing sector which is being developed the microbit, they take it the program, that the name of the program is known as a serial number. So that is the first one which has been taken to the system, or which has been programmed. So microbit as a register which has been mapped to the memory, and what we call as an FICR. If you want, you can note it down. That is what we call as a factory information configuration register. So that factory information configuration register that store the information programmed in the manufacturing time, that what is the device name, everything should be made it. So now I will tell you in what way, what is the device number that you can able to take it. So simply I will go for a basic thing and on start, and I can go for show number because I want to show the device serial number. So I can make it over the device number. And now I will tell you some of the things to be available in the advanced. So when you go for advanced, you can see at the bottom known as in control. So here the control is one of the block that able to connected to an ID buttons, or it will able to go for some timestamp. And within that you can see at the bottom known as in more, you can see one basic known as in device serial number. So this device serial number, what I just told, that it has been mapped with the memory called as an factory information configuration register that store the information program at the manufacturing time. So once if you drag and take it to the number, now you can able to see about what is the serial number, which is 836157707. So this is a number which has been available over as a device serial number. So this is a one number which what I just told about, that it been programmed at the manufacturing sector, which is also one specific thing to be called as an, it's a unique number. For every microbit we have some unique numbers. So if you want to know your microbit unique device serial number, you can connect, you can able to download this particular file and upload it to your microbit, and you can see, or if you want to make it some start button, or you can make some button A is being pressed, something like that. So that particular moment of time you can also see it about in what way the device serial numbers are being connected. So now I will go to the topic which is needed, in what way we can have the microbit to the external world, something like a chat. So I'm pressing on on start button. That is initially what to be made it. What I just told about the radio. So radio will have to be connected to the two microbits when there isn't any chatting is going on, or any other application like whatever I just told. When there isn't any pressure is being given on the door, then that information should be transformed to the user application. So that particular moment of time you want to communicate to the outside of the world. And regarding this particular one, we have one particular radio communication thing available. So it is called as a radio set group. So radio set group by default it is available with one, but you can have any ID. That is a maximum of 256. You can have any ID within this. So there will be one ID will be given for that. So you can choose any one ID. That ID will be taken as a pair for the microbit that what you are going to take it. So in on start, when I'm making an on radio set group, okay, now this microbit is ready to take over the information outside the microbit to another microbit. That is, we can have a chat, or you can able to take it to an any other application section. So in that situation, what we want to do it over the sense, we want to send whether it has been really working or not, or really there is an data has been sending in the sense, because radio set is a group one. It is going to pair one microbit to another microbit. I agree with the point. So what is the next thing? We want to transform the data. So when you want to transform the data, again go to radio and check it, which is the different kinds of name is being given. For example, there is one button is known as a radio send string. So you can send a string of information to another microbit. For example, I'm just typing SRM. Okay. And once I type it SRM, that now you can see that whenever I just make it a send-stim SRM, you can see there is a 2 microbit is being developed over here. That is a 2 communications which is made between 1 microbit, another microbit with the usage of radio set group. Okay, so now I've been sending over the SRM. So once it has been sending, and it should be received. So who is going to receive? Who is going to pair with the radio setup group? That person is going to receive. So what I'm just doing in the sense, you can see another block known as an radio on radio received as a received string. So this has been the SRM will be passed to the received string over here. So that should be shown to the next microbit. So let me consider this microbit I've been connected with an Wi-Fi module, and the non-start whatever the content is being given over here, that content should be transformed to the another microbit, maybe in the remote area. So that particular moment of time, I will use this code known as an on radio string. And in the on radio string, now I've been connecting with to be whatever the string I've been taking over is SRM. That I want to take it over here, and the SRM is been received by using a received string. Okay, so I just want to pass it this. See in what way I've been linking over here. Okay, now I've been linked it over there. Okay, so once it has been linked, now you can see that the connectivity is being made. Once the connectivity is being made, that the SRM that what the microbit 1 is been having, that is been transformed to the microbit 2 actually. So in this way you can able to connect the informations, that is microbit 1 as well as microbit. So if one step forwarded, I want to go to see about, in the sense I will do one simple example instead of continuously going like this. I will show you another one. So this is common in OnStart. I've been connected with radio set group. That is fine. So what I'm just doing in the sense, I'm just placing one simple button, and in the button I'm just passing the string, show string. Okay, so I'm just taking like SRM, I'm passing the string. What else I want to do it over the sense, this whatever, whenever I'm pressing the button A, it want to show the SRM that to the neighbor when I go for chat or any other communication should be needed. So again the same thing, I can go for input, and you can go for radio, that on radio received string, and within that you can go for show string, add over it and link it over the received string. So now what happened? So on start, there will be an connectivity will be made over here. Okay, so once the connectivity is being made over here, then we want to take it over this information to the on radio button. So when I click it over here, you can see that is being taken, and let me change to some other group and see it out whether the connectivity is being made. And you can see over here that on radio received, that is a button. I want to take it that, but here I want to connect. There is one issue is that I am just going for received, but at the same time where is the sending is available. So what I want to do it, I want to go for radio, then I will go for radio send string. Once I go for radio string, that the pairing will be made, then it's possible for me to take it to a microbit to be connected. Okay, so now it is ready. Yeah. So now when I press the A button, then the information is transferring from one microbit to another microbit. And you can see at the right hand side top, there will be pulses available. That is the signal of your Bluetooth or any Wi-Fi modules that you've been connected. So you can see whenever I've been pressing over there, you can see there is a pulse of information that is being passed over. Okay. So this is a one crucial part which is being mostly needed when you want to connect to an IoT devices. So you want to use a radio set group and make it that radio set to be connected to an external Wi-Fi module, or related to this particular microbit, we have a Bluetooth, but we know that the Bluetooth will have a very short range of values actually. So that short range of values will not be taken much more. So we can able to take it uh, radio links actually. So I will tell you another one application like door application, that when you press the door, I want to have an alarm. That alarm should be given remotely to the external world. Okay. So what I've been doing over here, I am creating some already created with the pressure door. So here what I done it in the sense, as like in the previous example I just told, in odd start, I just been connected with a radio set group 1. Okay, on pin 0. On pin 0 is the one which you can see it over here. When I press this pin 0, that is when I giving a pressure on the door. What I do it in the sense, I will paste one microbit, but on the overlay of microbit, I paste any other layer. So when there is any kind of an pressing is been available on the microbit on the particular area of pin 0, then I ask you to give an alarm. Okay, so I'm just writing as an intruder, and instead of this K, I will write it as an intruder. So again, I'm writing as an intruder. Yeah. So what I done it in the sense, and sense string, I am just passing the intruder over here, and that has been taken to the on received string. Here you can see some if conditionals I applied. In if conditions, you want to pass it, the received string is intruder. If it is equal, then I'm showing some of the warning icon and additional with some play tones, because already I just show how the play tones are being needed. So now whenever I've been making my pressure on the pin 0, then the alarm will be go to the externally to the person mobile application with the name of an radio set 0. So you can see that there is an once it has been connected, so this you can able to take it like a pressure sensor. So when I'm making some pressure on the particular microbit, so that because the accelerometer is available, when you are shaking or when you are disturbing the particular microbit, so that particular moment of time, it will also give an alert message to the outside world. And even you can also use it for the some kind of analyzation like an accelerometer. For example, you are creating an accelerometer. Just I will drop this. Better I can go for new one. So I'm creating another one, ACC123 accelerometer. So we already know about some basic things about an accelerometer. There in case of microbit, the accelerometer has been available. Even every moment we are holding in our hand like a mobile phone that is having an accelerometer to know about the situation that it is an inbuilt in the smartphones to measure its acceleration, where when you take the different motions like shaking the mobile, or the same way you can shaking the microbit, or you are tilting and swinging and rotating, and accordingly change the orientation of your application. So you can calculate the deduction of motion that the accelerometer use it for that in the 3-dimensional, maybe in the X, Y, Z actually. So here if you take this particular program, where is this X, Y, Z? So this is X and this is Y. When you take it in this particular direction, that is the around 45 to 60 degrees. So this will be your Z directions to be made. So even you can able to go for some kind of analyzation. For example, I want to know that in what orientation I've been using my mobile on, in what orientation the microbit has been used, whether the microbit orientation is being used more in x-axis or more in y-axis or more in z-axis. You can able to take this particular scenario over here. So what you can able to do it over in the sense, I will give you one simple example, and I just putting forever because continuously I want to monitor the moving locations. And within that I'm going for LED block. You can see one particular block known as an plot block graph and some values. So this particular block I want to take it out. Okay, so within that, but one thing to be made at, just copy and paste it. Okay, because what I want to do in the sense, whenever there is any kind of shake on the macro bit, that particular moment of time, I want to identify what are all the different varying values is been available over there. Okay, so I want to go and check it about where is the acceleration is available. So you can see the acceleration is available. So acceleration is available in three ways. Basically, it will available in three dimension: x, y, and z. And you can give strength in the sense when you are making some push on the accelerometer, or when you are making press somewhere, that particular moment also the motion, the action is going to take in place. So that you can take it out. And another one thing is, first I will connect over to this. So plot the graph for the accelerometer, and what is the value. This is I don't know. So once I connected, you can see there is one there is, you can see that there is one kind of pressure is being given on the microbit, and especially in the x-axis. So when I make it the my particular mouse to be in the x-axis, there will be some kind of LEDs is being completely through. But when I go to z-axis, when I go to, for example, you can see now I've been moving in y-axis, but there is no improvement is available, because in acceleration I given over x-axis. So when there is an x-axis available, up to what is that value, that is very important. Up to 0 is given, but that is not right. So you want to connect it. You can see that this is the end. This is the end of the microbit. That is about 1023023. At the same time, the right hand you can go for minus 1023. So I can give it for the value 1023. So now I can move anywhere in the microbit, then the values will be taken as an input. You can see over there at the bottom, there is a new people has been added, which is called as a show console simulator. So what is the use of this show console simulator? In the sense, in the microbit, like whatever I just told, when you take about a smartphone, when you are moving the motion like shaking or tilting or swinging, so that particular moment of time, I have a scenario like how many, whether the shaking is being made more, or tilting is being made more, or rotating is being made more in the mobile device. So you can use this accelerometer part. The same way when you take microbit to the application, you think it out the application in what way you can deploy over this particular one. So when you click show console simulator, you can see about there will be a graph will be shown over there. So this graph will be vary overing over, depends upon when I making my mouse on the particular accelerometer by taking an x-axis. You can see there is a graph showing about in what way the values are being deviated, maybe in the orientation, maybe in the landscape or portraited, depends upon the different kinds of rotating according to the orientation that you given over here. So now you can see that this is a graph is being made. If you want to analyze this particular graph, that facility is also available. You can see at the right hand side export data that will be taken as an Excel file as a CSE extension. You can download it. You can draw a graph. By graph, you can able to analyze over in which particular dimension that the devices is being acted more. So that you can able to take it out. For example, I will give you the another example. Data logger, yes. So here what we done it in the sense, I'm just taking three dimensions, x, y, z. I've been taking over this particular value. Okay, and this values will be taken to the emulator. You can see that I'm moving in y-axis, I'm moving in x-axis, I'm moving in z-axis. So this to be taken to the simulator, and this simulator will able to identify in which way the accessibility of the direction I've been moving on the microbit. So that will be transformed. You can see at the bottom the reading is being going on, that in what way I've been made it. The same way you can see about the pulses of signals is being passed over. Now you can go for download, then you can have the graph of XYZ, which able to identify the data acceleration, the movements that you make it on the system. Okay, so this is one I can given as an example for your accelerometer. And another one thing to be, I want to take it to the touch timer. Something you can able to take it like when you are making your microbit. I just told there will be some golden symbol will be available at the middle of the microbit. So I want to identify that when I making the press sensor, because I want to tell that the touch sensor is also available over here in the microbit. Okay, so when you make your just a minute. I will take touch sensor. Yeah. So what is this program in the sense when I've been touching the particular location, that is when I've been touching the logo. Okay, so this you can see at the right hand side, the logo has been available. So that is a touch sensor I'm going to make it. So when I've been touching that particular logo, I just want to carry out about the information that whether how much amount of time that I've been touching this particular logo. That is the time limit I want to calculate it actually. So now I've been pressing. So when I've been pressing, the running time is going off. So when I've been release this, then it will be take it the calculation like running time minus the start time. Then it able to give it in the seconds or milliseconds, depends upon the input you given. So now I've been giving. So it given 13.93 seconds. That is the holding time of the particular information that I've been taken. So this program will be help you when you are calculating how long in you holding your finger down on the golden logo that is on the new microbit, because every new microbit when you are buying over it, you can see that golden logo will be available. So it will measure how long it has been switched on the milliseconds, especially the thousands of seconds. So this will be called as a running time. And you can see that I've been taking this particular block from the input, and I will show you. So you can see that on logo pressed. So I can able to see that on logo touched or pressed. So there are different dimensions I can able to take it. So within that, I'm just making set start time. And one thing I will tell you, see, when you are writing this kind of basic application, there will not be everything will be given by the system. Some moment or something we want to create it by using the variable, because what I just told, because this is my program that I want to calculate it, that what is the starting time and ending time. So system will not give some kind of other than the basic functions. We want to, if you want to create your own deployment function, you can use variables. Okay, so you can use variables over here. So this variables will make a variable, and you can write variable. For example, I'm just creating a variable SRM. Okay, so when I'm creating a variable SRM, by default it will give you the two names, which is whatever it has been available, that is, and set to or change to. So basing this only, this variable is created. So here you can see it over here. Start is one of the variable, and running time. So running time is by default it has been available in the input. You can able to see over in the more also the running time. Yeah, the running time is available in the milliseconds. So you can pass it this running time over here. So I'm just making set start. So start is my variable to running time. So when I touch the microbit logo, then it start to calculate the running time, how much amount of time that I've been touching over there. Then again, I'm writing another function known as an on logo released. You can see there is an event released. Okay, so when I writing this particular function, again I'm taking the simple formula like applying the mathematics. You can able to go for mathematics like you can see about plus, minus, multiply. So you can link over that particular one. So this is a generally it has been available. So you can link it. You can see that the linking is happen. Okay. Okay, so I'm just making set time equal to running time minus start. So that current time, how much amount of time that it will available. So that time I've been taken and I've been dividing by 1000, because I want to convert that milliseconds to seconds. So that particular moment of time, the code then converts the time from milliseconds to seconds by dividing it by 1000. And that is what you are showing it on the LED display actually. So it will take it about 1.14 milliseconds. That is the time that I've been making my hands on the touch screen to be made it. That you can able to do it by downloading and paste it in your scene, and you take your microbit and make your hands on the golden logo, pressing over it, and after some time take over it. You can see over the time limit that how much amount of time limit that you've been making that logo to be pressed over it. So this is another one example I can given for the touch sensor, that once the logo is being touched, the trigger is being happen. That when you want first your finger on the logo, then the pressed block will be taken out. The emotion batches, or you can able to give some kind of logos also. You can able to make it out, or you can able to using some kind of press button also. So that is your wish. You can able to design over it. And finally, I will end it with turtle loops. So I will tell you what is turtle loops actually. Creating a new project. Loop. So this turtle loops is something like when you are interact specifically with microbit, that is an LED. So this turtle loops are available like when you are want to make it some kind of steps, or when you want to design your initial. I want to design my animated initial, like my name is Jyotish. I want to make it J to be monitored or J to be designed. So that particular moment of time you can use turtle loops, but turtle loops is not available with the basic level. You can come down to an advance, you can go for extension, and in extension you can able to go for turtle, and you can see that micro turtle has been available, the logo turtle which has been made it. So before using that you can go for some kind of learning about what is micro turtle. It will have different kinds of functionality like forward, backward, turn left, turn right, and very important information is pen down. That is what I want to know it. So what is pen down in the sense, I will tell you while added you can able to understand. So pen down is something like when you are creating an animated initial, that particular moment of time the LED should not blink, the LED should be blink and further goes on to the next blink. So what we will do it in the sense, by default it will be up, we want to change it as in pen down. So what happened, wherever the turtle is been moving, that areas and all will be blocked. So that's what the informations will be taken to the turtle. So I'm just taking this turtle. Once I click the turtle, now in advanced level the turtle is being added. Okay, so now you can see about where the turtle is being there. Yeah, you can see the turtle is being available. So I'm just giving one simple example in what way you can use it for here. So I go for turtle and I'm just taking set position. So before going for set position, then I will tell you how the LEDs will be go for set positions. You can see there is at the middle. So middle will be 2,2 followed by 2,3, 2,4. If you want to make it at the left hand side bottom, starting from 1, I will tell you this is 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 3, and 4. So 0, 4 is the down. Okay, when I want to maintain any kind of steps I want to follow. So I just making this step. So now I will change it to 0 to 4. Now you can see that LED will be changed it over here. That is the left hand side. So now you can understand what is that. So when I kick it to 2, 1, then it will be one step forwarded from the top to the bottom. From the center, you can see this over it. So what is the use of pen down in the sense? Pen down will be able to identify that which are all the areas that I've been coming down on, which are all the areas I've been moving forward. So that particular moment of time, I can able to write this particular one. For example, in turtle, I'm just writing a statement forward one step. Okay, so when I type forward one step, you can see that the LED is been moving forward one step. Suppose if pen down is not been available, let I take pen down. So if I take it as pen up, so you cannot able to know the travel of area where you have been available. You can move one step forwarded to the up, you can see that, but it will not show you in what way you travel. So now you can understand the pen down will able to identify the traveling of information, that in what way you are accessing. So what I'm going to do in the sense, I'm going to create one simple step or an a turtle step. We will call it as a turtle step actually. So I want to start it with 0, 4, and I'm just taking this. Okay, and now what I want to do it on the sense, let I take it this. So from this particular position, I want to move right hand side. So just go to turtle and go for turn right. So place it. So now you can see that from the particular position, you will go for right hand side. Okay, but it anyway, we want to make how many times you want. So once you turn right, yeah, I turn right, but whether I want to move forward or backward, that I want added. So that I want to take it forward after moving right hand side forward one step. So this will be added. Okay, so now you can see that it will be forwarded one step. After forwarding one step, now you can see about this particular, when you are moving in the horizontal ways, you can see left hand side, right hand side. When you are moving vertical, make it my statement very clear. When you are moving vertical, you want to take it your dimension in the y-axis. That is, the upper part will be left position and the down part will be the right position. So that particular moment of time, I'm writing another one turn left. So what happened after this? Again, it will go up. Okay. So after turn left, what I want to do it again, I want to move forward. So again, I'm adding one step. Okay. So now what has happened? Starting with the turn right, again turn left. So this is where it has been happening over here. So when I continue this particular, whether I want to write every moment of time, I cannot able to write turn right, turn left, control. So I want to make it as a steps. I want to make it as a turtle steps. Actually, we will call it as a turtle steps. Actually, moving in what way you can do it. Okay. So when I want to do that particular one, we can go for loops. You can see the loops available, and within that you can see how many times I can repeat. So this is the one time. Second time, when I make it from this particular position, it want to move towards the right, again go top, again go top. So like that it goes off. So I'm just taking this and I'm pasting over here. Now it will be repeating 4 times, which will make it as a steps to be made. So this is another good example, like in what way you can design the animated LEDs as well as the single pixels values in what the positions available. So this particular turtle will give you about what is the position learning of the LEDs, instead of telling that 25 LEDs are available. But as a designer or as a uh, uh, knowledge learner, we want to think it not as an 25 LEDs, we want to take it in the matrix form, then approximately we want to identify what is a matrix. So this particular program, I think, will give you the clear idea about that particular one. So little bit time, I will go for the next one. What way you can able to connect the web server to the microbit, but with the name of some modules, I'm going to use it. So let I stop my sharing my presentation. Is it my screen is visible actually?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can see that I've been showing one module for you. This module is actually ESP 8266 module. So this module is actually the Wi-Fi module. This Wi-Fi module is now going to connect it to the web server. So I'm writing one little program that I want to connect my mobile to the Wi-Fi. So this mobile, whatever my connectivity to my from mobile phone, what is going to happen in the sense, I'm going to power on my Wi-Fi. So once I power on my Wi-Fi, now I just power on my Wi-Fi actually. So after power on my Wi-Fi, now the kit, it has been available with two things. One is the buzzer as well as the LED. So that is the two things is been available over here. Okay, so I want to know about how we can able to control this Wi-Fi module by using some web application section. So what I'm going to do in the sense, I'm going to open a browser. I write in a little code. I will tell you how to write that little code actually. I think it is not connecting. Just a minute. Yes. Yeah. So now you can see it in my particular mobile that ESP 866 web server is being connected with two pins I've been connected over here. So you can see it over in my screen actually. So what I'm going to do over in the sense, this two pins is been, you can see the two pins is been, I've been connected with, one is with your LED, another one is with the buzzer. So this Wi-Fi module, I've been connected with GPIO, which what we call as a general purpose input output device. So once I've been connected by using my mobile, which has been connected with the Wi-Fi connector, that is ESP 8266 or ESP32 series of family. So I'm going to make it, I'm going to power on the buzzer so you can hear the voice. So you can see that LED is been blinking over here because I'm just on in my particular mobile. From mobile, the web server is being connecting through the cloud. That is my Wi-Fi module is being connected over it. Here I've been written the code. Now I've been power of the buzzer and power of the LED. Again, I'm being power of the buzzer. So this is a simple level of application that you can able to know about. This model is very useful for you. That ESP, you can ask it ESP832 or ESP8266. So once you make it this module, you want to take it to an IDE, that is an integrated development environment. So once you go to an integrated development environment, you can write a small piece of code that is also available in the net actually. Only one thing you want to make it, you want to pair this particular, you want to create an hotspot. Once you power on the hotspot, you want to connect this ESP module to the hotspot by taking the SSID. So whatever the SSID is being given, so that SSID should be paired with it, that should be coded. So once it is being coded with an SSID and as well as a parted down, then this particular module is ready to be act as a web server. So once it has been act as a web server, then you can see there is an icon, there is an, I will give you the IP address 192.168.43.130. So that is the IP that where you can connect it as a web server, and you can see some GPIO pins are available. So using this GPIO pins, you can connect the simple buzzer and LED to know in what way the web server is being taking like the HTTP request or HTTP response as a basic thing, you know that actually. So this is another good example I can give you as a web server. This Wi-Fi module, you can also connect it with your radio group by taking already take it about the radio set group, in what way you can able to connect over the microbit actually. So you can use that radio set group to be connected with this Wi-Fi module. This Wi-Fi module can able to connect it to the outside application, and by using any app you can able to monitor and do an application. So within that I end of the session. So I thank you for giving me this opportunity to share some basic views related to the aspects of an IoT actually. So thanks Professor Durgadevi ma'am to give me an opportunity to talk something about an IoT. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. Participants, do you have any queries? I have given a permission to unmute yourself. You can ask the questions. I think
if the
sir has
students
clearly
are,
explained all the concepts and they are impressed very much. I think so, sir.
I don't
there
think
is no
so.
more queries.
But anyway, this is a startup actually. You have different kinds of virtual demos are available, like Microbit. Microbit is a small level of work that to be for the understanding purpose, like sensor connectivities, because we are not able to buy all these things to be made at connectivity to be in a single board. Before that, when we have an experience, and they will give one big board which having complete sensors available, and we want to work it out. But the Microbit has been now available with your magnetometer and compass, and as well as you can have a touch sensor. I already told that you can have the buy it from the Ritchie Street, I think so, in Chennai. You can see that the golden logo will be available at the middle, so that will be like a touch sensor. That what the example I just told, that when you make a touch on the particular logo, then the timer will be made it to know about how much amount of time that you make your time limit that you make it on the particular kit actually. So thank you.
There is no query, so we'll conclude the sessions. Before concluding the sessions, on behalf of all, and I personally want to thank Jyotish sir for the insightful hands-on sessions on the microbit programming. So I really escalate the time you put into the thoughtfully preparing session, Sraman for us, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Actually, I have some other experiments, but due to some time limit, again, I won't extend to take it because it needs some time to accelerate and as well as to explain actually. But anyway, whatever the blocks and as well as the programming which I given, definitely it will be useful for the students to go for the startup actually. Once they learn about the blocks, in what way we can go for connectivity the block, that is very important actually. Dragging the blocks is not a constraint, but we want to know the connectivity of blocks. If they have the basic knowledge, that they can do it actually. But anyway, they want to go for extendable work. That there is a lot of resources available with the microbit. Even our students also created arunai.org/IIoT. If you go to that particular area, you can see our set of students also create some tutorials over there and written over there. So you can also make your students to take that kind of initiative, so that they can know about the platform. That is very important actually.
Sure, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
So finally, I want to express my gratitude to all the attendees for the gracious participation throughout this session. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you.
I request all participants to kindly switch on your videos to take the snapshot of the session. So kindly switch on your videos, please. Thank you all. I'll post the feedback link of this session in the chat box.